up, YouTube? Biscuit Brawler here with another video. I wanted to get this deck profile out of the way because set 5 is coming out in about next week, and the sneak peek's this weekend, so I wanted to get my Shadow Paladin deck, my version of it for set 4 out of the way before set 5 comes out, and then we can do an updated version if I don't get rid of the deck. But for starter, Full Bow is really your only starter right now, and this is pretty generic too. We have 4 crits, 4 stands, 4 draws, and then 4 heal. It's a standard lineup because that's all we have right now until set 5 comes out. And when set 5 comes out, these will be replaced with crit triggers. So it'll be 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. And that's the starter. Right. So for the grade 1s, we have 4 Blaster Javelin. He's part of your ride chain. You ride him over him, and then you get a Blaster Dark to your hand. Pretty generic. And then you can also ditch your grade 3 when he's called to the rear guard to search your Phantom Blaster Dragon. 4 8Ks. I think 8Ks are pretty staple in this deck. They help you make 18k rows, 16k rows, makes Ildona swing for 21, so it's just a really good card. You can bring her out with Maka too. 3 Perfect Guards. I only like 3 in this deck because it is kind of aggro and it shows really no card advantage other than the main. It's your only really big draw card, and then you do run draw triggers, but I think my preference in general, I usually play 3 Perfect Guards in every deck. So 2, what's her name? Iranian Rod, or Nostrum Witch. She's a Gojo clone. You can tap her, discard a card, draw a card, and she's a 7k booster. There's nothing really better to play, so again, set 5 isn't out yet. Then 1 Guru Bow. This is just a tech card. It's for early game pressure because he swings for 9 when he attacks the Vanguard. For the grade 2s, we have 3 10Ks. They help set up for your 18k rows and swing for decent numbers. So yeah, I would run more, but they're going to come out for Masquerades when that comes out, which is the 12k attacker. So, and if you're wondering why I'm running another, it's just to confuse your opponent, I guess. 2 in the main. This card's really good, other than being really weak. It's 3k, which is kind of the weakest grade 2 ever. So it's really, really bad power-wise, but it makes up for it in its effect. When you call it to the rear guard, counterblast 1, discard a card, draw 2 cards. It's really good, helps you build up your advantage, and this is pretty much what Shadow Paladins go for. And then I'm running 2 Maka. Maka is another one of those +1 advantage cards. When she's called to the rear guard or Vanguard, you can counterblast 2 and call a grade 1 or less Shadow Paladin unit behind her. So she helps set up for 16k rows, and then when she's done her job, you can just intercept her off, as well as in the main too. Only thing you don't want to do is you don't want to ride in the main, so that's why I limited her to like 2. I used to run 3, but I ended up seeing her too much. So I think 2 and 2 is balanced, and you really do have to manage your counterblast because I am running Ildona, so you want to make sure you need to know when to use her and stuff like that. 2 Curse Lancer. Lancer's pretty good actually, especially in this deck because you rely on counterblast in the deck, and they'll always guard this card, so it baits out guard, and it's a damage sponge as well. He's 9k, he's pretty much a generic damage and flipper, which helps out a lot in this deck, considering all the counterblasts that you spend. And then we have 2 Blaster Darks. I don't have Blaster Darks right now, so I got rid of mine. But these are Blaster Darks, and Blaster Dark really isn't that good. He's just there for the ride chain. You don't want to run more than 2, really. And for the main grade 3, oopsie, they're sticking together. 4 Ildona. Some people don't like playing 4, but I like 4. Really good card. When he attacks, he gains +3k, so he can attack cross rides by himself. And then when he attacks, you can counterblast 2, retire 2 Shadow Paladins, and draw 2 cards, and then you also get your drive check. So he's a technical like +2, I guess, because you do have to retire 2, which is kind of bad, but this is why this card's good. Father Car, he's a free +1 when you call him. He's 9k, which is weak, but you usually want to use him to sack him off. When you call him, check the top card of your deck. It's a Shadow Paladin, which it always will be. Call it to the rear guard circle. If you hit a trigger, it's bad, but you can always just sack it off with a Nona to gain advantage later in the game. And I am running 2 Phantom Blaster Dragon just to make my Blaster Javelins live. I really don't use him for his effect. If I don't get to Ildona, then he's a really good backup Vanguard. He's just a good 11k body. Other than that, I'd never use this effect whatsoever. And his effect really isn't relevant. But he will be really good when his Cardfight comes out. So that is my Shadow Paladin deck for set 4. I'm looking forward to the new build coming out in set 5 and the cross rides and all that stuff. Make sure you subscribe for more Vanguard deck profiles and other deck profiles as well. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
Vanguard fight 太陽のビーム体十分に浴びてスタンダップさんがソウルチャージして走れ Vanguard fight